The Ragnarok, the Norse Apocalypse. Part 1. The Prelude to Doom. In the ancient realms of Norse mythology, Ragnarok, often referred to as the twilight of the gods, signifies the dramatic end of the world and the cyclical rebirth of the cosmos. This apocalyptic event is not merely a sudden catastrophe, but a meticulously prophesied series of events foreseen by the seers and sages of Asgard. The tale of Ragnarok is rooted deeply in the rich tapestry of Norse lore, where the destinies of gods and giants intertwine, leading to an inevitable, cataclysmic conclusion. To understand Ragnarok, we must delve into the intricate web of prophecies, symbols, and omens that foretell the end of days. The journey towards Ragnarok begins with the ominous signs that herald its approach. The world becomes engulfed in chaos, with natural disasters and cosmic disturbances disrupting the delicate balance of the nine realms. One of the most significant portents is the Fimbulwinter, a harsh and unrelenting winter that spans 3 years without respite. This chilling period is marked by extreme cold, darkness, and the breakdown of social order as people struggle to survive in a world devoid of sunlight and warmth. The bonds of kinship and society fracture, leading to widespread anarchy and despair. As Fimbulwinter rages on, the bonds of fate that hold the cosmos together begin to unravel. The gods, aware of their impending doom, gather in Asgard to prepare for the final confrontation. Odin, the All-Father, seeks wisdom from every corner of the universe, even consulting the severed head of the wise Mimir. Despite his efforts, the prophecies remain grim. The gods are destined to fall in battle against the forces of chaos. The ominous presence of the Jotnar, the giants who are ancient enemies of the gods, looms large. Led by Loki, the trickster god, and his monstrous offspring, they prepare to unleash destruction upon the world. Central to the tale of Ragnarok is the narrative of Loki and his progeny, whose fates are intricately tied to the end of the world. Loki, once a companion and blood brother to Odin, becomes the harbinger of chaos, embodying the spirit of deceit and rebellion. His children, each symbolizing different aspects of destruction, play pivotal roles in the unfolding apocalypse. Fenrir, the gigantic wolf, is foretold to break free from his chains and devour Odin. Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, will rise from the ocean depths to battle Thor, spewing venom and causing the seas to boil. As the final battle draws near, the gods and their foes gather on the plains of Vigrid for the ultimate showdown. This battlefield, vast and desolate, becomes the stage for a series of epic confrontations. Odin, armed with his spear Gungnir, faces Fenrir in a fight that echoes throughout the cosmos. Thor, wielding his mighty hammer Mjolnir, confronts Jormungandr in a clash that shakes the very foundations of the earth. Freyr, the god of fertility and peace, stands against Surtur, the fire giant whose flames will consume the world. The heavens themselves tremble as these titanic forces collide in a battle that will determine the fate of all existence. The scene is one of unparalleled destruction and heroism, as gods and monsters alike meet their fated ends. Odin, despite his foresight and wisdom, is swallowed by Fenrir, fulfilling the dire prophecy. Thor manages to slay Jormungandr, but succumbs to the serpent's venomous bite shortly after, dying in a display of unmatched valor. Freyr, deprived of his sword, falls to Surtur's fiery blade. Loki and Heimdall, the watchful guardian of Bifrost, engage in a deadly duel, resulting in the mutual destruction of both. The cosmos itself seems to fracture as these legendary figures meet their demise, their battles echoing through the ages. Surtur, with his flaming sword, becomes the agent of final destruction. He sets the world ablaze, engulfing the earth and sky in a conflagration that consumes everything. The seas boil, the mountains crumble, and the very heavens are scorched by his fiery wrath. This cataclysmic fire purges the world, leaving nothing but ash and ruin in its wake. Yet in the midst of this devastation there lies a glimmer of hope. The end of the world, as foretold by the Norse seers, also marks the beginning of a new cycle. From the ashes of the old world, a new earth will arise, green and fertile, ready to be inhabited by the survivors of Ragnarok. As the fires of Ragnarok subside, a profound silence falls over the universe. The gods, giants, and monsters lie slain, their bodies scattered across the desolate plains of Vigrid. But amidst the ruins, a new dawn begins to emerge. The surviving gods, including Balder, who returns from the realm of the dead, and his brother Hoder, find themselves in a reborn world. The children of Thor, Modi, and Magni inherit their father's hammer and his legacy, carrying forward the spirit of courage and strength. The cycle of creation and destruction continues, with life renewing itself in the face of overwhelming adversity. Ragnarok, while a tale of doom and destruction, also embodies the themes of rebirth and renewal. It reflects the Norse belief in the cyclical nature of existence, where every ending is but a precursor to a new beginning. The myths and legends of Ragnarok serve as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the inevitability of change. They teach us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, there is always the potential for regeneration and hope. The story of Ragnarok is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of myth to inspire and guide us through the darkest times. Part 2. The Foretelling and the Gathering of Forces. The foretelling of Ragnarok is intricately woven into the fabric of Norse mythology, with hints and prophecies scattered throughout the sagas and Eddas. The seeress's vision in the Völuspá, a poem from the Poetic Edda, provides a haunting glimpse into the events leading up to the end of the world. She describes how the world tree Yggdrasil, the cosmic axis that connects all realms, will tremble as the final days approach. This trembling signifies the breaking of the sacred bonds that maintain order in the universe, heralding the chaos that will ensue. The gods, aware of these ominous portents, begin to prepare for the inevitable conflict. Odin, the wise and far-seeing All-Father, rides to the Well of Erd to consult the Norns, the weavers of fate. He sacrifices his eye for wisdom and hangs himself from Yggdrasil to gain insight into the mysteries of the cosmos. Despite his knowledge, the prophecies are clear. The gods are doomed to fall. Odin's relentless pursuit of wisdom highlights his desperate attempts to avert or at least understand the catastrophic fate that awaits the gods and all creation. Meanwhile, Loki, the trickster god whose actions precipitate much of the chaos in Norse mythology, finds himself bound in a cavern as punishment for his betrayal. His bonds, fashioned from the entrails of his own son, are strong, but they cannot hold him forever. As the signs of Ragnarok grow more apparent, Loki's bonds weaken, and he prepares to break free. The poison dripping onto his face from the serpent above him is caught by his loyal wife Sigyn, but even her efforts cannot prevent his escape when the time comes. Loki's liberation from his prison marks a significant turning point in the unfolding of Ragnarok, as he rallies the forces of chaos for the final battle. The giants, or Jotnar, ancient enemies of the gods, also prepare for their role in Ragnarok. Living in the land of Jotunheim, these formidable beings have long harbored resentment towards the Aesir and are eager to take part in the destruction of the gods. Led by Loki and his monstrous children, the giants muster their strength and gather their forces for the impending confrontation. Among them is Surtur, the fire giant, whose flames will ultimately consume the world. Surtur's sword, blazing with the heat of 1,000 suns, is the instrument of the final conflagration that will engulf the cosmos. In the underworld, Hel, the half-living daughter of Loki, marshals the dead to rise and join the battle. Helheim, her dark and cold realm, becomes a staging ground for the armies of the deceased, who will march under Loki's banner. These spectral warriors, known as the Dishonored Dead, add to the overwhelming force that will besiege Asgard and bring about the end of days. Hel's role in Ragnarok underscores the inescapable presence of death in the saga, reinforcing the theme that all life eventually succumbs to the ravages of time and fate. As the gods and their enemies prepare for war, the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr, stirs beneath the waves. This enormous serpent, who encircles the earth, has long been a symbol of chaos and destruction. During Ragnarok, Jormungandr will rise from the depths, causing the seas to boil and the skies to darken with his venom. His emergence is one of the final omens that Ragnarok is at hand. Thor, the mighty god of thunder, knows that he is fated to face this formidable foe in a battle that will cost him his life, yet he stands ready to meet his destiny with unwavering courage. The scene shifts to Asgard, the home of the gods, where preparations for the final battle are in full swing. The gods gather in their great hall, Valhalla, where Odin addresses the Einherjar, the valiant warriors who have fallen in battle and been chosen to fight alongside the gods in the final conflict. These warriors, who have trained for this day, are eager to prove their valor and loyalty. Valhalla's majestic halls resonate with the sounds of weapons being sharpened and battle songs echoing as the warriors prepare for their last stand against the forces of darkness. Among the gods, a sense of somber determination prevails. Each deity understands their role in the coming events, aware of the tragic fates that await them. Balder, the beloved and radiant god, stands as a symbol of hope, having been foretold to return from the dead after the battle. His death, orchestrated by Loki, was the first harbinger of Ragnarok, and his anticipated return signifies the promise of renewal and rebirth. The gods draw strength from the knowledge that even though the end is near, a new beginning will rise from the ashes of their world. As the final moments before the apocalypse tick away, Heimdall, the vigilant guardian of Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, stands ready to sound the Gjallarhorn. This mighty horn, capable of being heard across all realms, will signal the start of Ragnarok. Heimdall's keen eyes scan the horizon, watching for the first signs of the advancing armies. His duty as the watchman of the gods is crucial, for his warning will allow the Aesir to gather their forces and make their last stand. The anticipation builds as Heimdall senses the growing tension in the air, knowing that the end is imminent. At last, the moment arrives. The skies darken, and the earth trembles as the giants, led by Loki, march towards Asgard. Heimdall raises the Gjallarhorn to his lips and blows with all his might, the sound reverberating through the heavens. The gods and their allies spring into action, donning their armor and grasping their weapons, ready to meet their fate head-on. The final battle is upon them, and the stage is set for the epic confrontation that will determine the fate of the cosmos. As the forces of order and chaos clash on the plains of Vigrid, the world holds its breath, awaiting the outcome of this titanic struggle. The battle begins with a ferocity unmatched in the annals of myth and legend. Odin charges towards Fenrir, his spear Gungnir gleaming in the dim light of the dying sun. Thor, with Mjolnir in hand, strides forward to meet Jormungandr, the ground shaking beneath his feet. The gods engage their enemies with a resolve forged by centuries of prophecy and preparation. Each clash of weapons, each roar of defiance, echoes across the 9 realms, as the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. The air is thick with the sounds of battle, the cries of the fallen, and the rumble of the earth beneath the weight of this epic conflict. The fighting rages on, with neither side gaining a clear advantage. The gods and their allies fight valiantly, but the overwhelming numbers and ferocity of the giants and their monstrous allies take a heavy toll. Odin falls to Fenrir, devoured by the wolf's monstrous jaws. Thor, though he slays Jormungandr, succumbs to the serpent's venom and collapses lifeless on the battlefield. Freyr, weaponless and defenseless, is consumed by Surtur's fiery blade. The gods' greatest champions are struck down one by one, their sacrifices carving a path towards the rebirth that will follow their destruction. As the flames of Surtur spread across the world, consuming everything in their path, the remnants of the battlefield are shrouded in smoke and ash. The once mighty realms of Asgard, Midgard, and Jotunheim are reduced to smoldering ruins. The seas boil, the mountains crumble, and the stars fall from the sky. In the midst of this apocalyptic scene, the survivors gather to witness the end of an era. Balder and Hoder, returned from the realm of the dead, stand together with the children of Thor, Modi, and Magni, and the few remaining gods. They watch as the old world is consumed by fire, knowing that from this destruction, a new world will be born. As the final embers of Surtur's flames die down, a profound silence falls over the universe. The ashes of the old world settle, and from the desolation, new life begins to emerge. The surviving gods and their allies set about the task of rebuilding, sowing the seeds for a new cycle of existence. The land, once charred and barren, begins to flourish with greenery and life. A new world rises from the ashes of the old, more beautiful and harmonious than before. The rebirth of the world symbolizes the enduring nature of life and the cyclical pattern of creation and destruction that defines the Norse cosmos. In this new world, the survivors look forward to an era of peace and prosperity. Balder, the shining god of light, takes his place as the new ruler, guiding the next generation with wisdom and compassion. The sons of Thor, inheritors of their father's strength and valor, uphold his legacy as protectors of the realms. The memory of the fallen gods and heroes is honored, their stories becoming legends that will inspire future generations. The cycle of Ragnarok, with its themes of destruction and rebirth, serves as a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, there is always the promise of a new dawn. The saga of Ragnarok concludes with the realization that the end is not final, but a necessary part of the cycle of life. The Norse mythological worldview embraces the concept of eternal return, where every ending is but a prelude to a new beginning. The destruction wrought by Ragnarok is not an end in itself, but a transformative process that paves the way for renewal and growth. This timeless tale of the gods, giants, and the cosmic battle for the future encapsulates the essence of Norse mythology's profound reflections on the nature of existence. I hope you enjoyed this incredible story. We're eager to hear what you thought about the topic of this video, so don't hesitate to share your opinions and ideas in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, we always dive into epic stories, fascinating curiosities, and much more. And to make sure you don't miss our upcoming videos, hit the notification bell. See you next time, and thanks for watching.